guys, what's up? It's Eli Knight with Knight Jiu-Jitsu, and I want to show you what I feel like are, and I think a lot of other people feel like this too, are some of the most common sweeps from closed guard. These are probably the ones you're going to encounter and probably hit more often than not once you actually start to land sweeps. So we're going to start from closed guard today. These are contingent on several different things. The energy he's given me, the structure that his body is taking, his posture, and how much weight he's distributing on me or off of me. So based on those kind of criteria will determine what kind of sweep that I do. When we first get here, I don't like for him to get his posture upright because for a couple of reasons. This is going to allow him to start his pass better, or if this is an actual fight, he's going to be able to hit me better here like this. So I'm going to try to keep him down initially. So we'll start from this kind of position like this here. Now, I want to take it in kind of different kind of energies. First heavy, and then pulling away, and then kind of somewhere in between. So if we look at like here, if he's starting to, he's going to stay down in this case, and he's going to try to smash me with his shoulder. So if he's here and he's wanting to come up and smash me, then it's probably going to be this one since I have his head on this side here. Now, since he's smashing me with his shoulder, he's driving off that leg over there. That means there's space on that side of my body. So I open my guard here. I hip out to the side like this. I'm going to wrap my hand between our chests here like this, and I want to hip out until I can hook under his leg over there. So this foot going underneath. The last piece here, I'm going to swim underneath his arm like this, and I want to look to sweep him this direction here. Now notice, I'm angled up on my side. I'm not flat on my back trying to lift him. So I go here, I lift up, cut over that way, and then I come to the top position from here, right? So we saw the first one is if he's coming forward and he's trying to smash me with that shoulder. So the opposite energy that he may try to do from that is to regain his posture and pull away from me to try to get some space. If he does that and he pulls us all the way to sitting position like this, I'm going to follow up with him, open my guard here, let this hand come back behind me, and then I'm going to transfer this arm to the other side of his head, and I'm going to find his elbow. The reason I want to do this is so that when I push, he doesn't base with that hand on the ground over there. So I keep hugging here like this, keep his bicep against my body, drop the leg to the outside, and I'm driving sideways off of this foot over here to get to the top position like this. Okay? Now the third one here is he's kind of in the middle. He's not really making huge discernible mistakes necessarily, but he is kind of riding this in between. He has created some space between us like this here. Now, when we practice inside the gi, a good way to practice this one is for me to hold his collar and hold his sleeve like this, right? And I'll do it like this first, but keep in mind that this and this can be supplanted with a grip on the back of the neck here and holding just the elbow like this here. This works just as well too, or if I hold the wrist. So, holding here or those alternate grips, I'm gonna hip out to the side. I don't like to leave my foot on the ground if I can help it, so I'm gonna straighten my legs, hip out to the side like this, and now my leg comes in and across. Now, I don't want this to go too flat across because he can sit and smash my leg down like this. That's gonna kill my sweep. The knee comes to the chest, so this femur is kind of stabbing him into the chest like this initially to keep the structure set like this here and to keep his weight off of me. And then whenever I go here, one of the most common mistakes that I see people make on this sweep here is that they go here and they try to just kick and scissor with the legs because it's called scissor sweep. If I just try to scissor with the legs right here, he's not gonna move. What has to happen is I have to pull him over the center of his base. So I'm gonna retract here, keeping my arms bent, pull my shoulder back and pull him forward. Now it's easy for me to kick. Once I kick over, I'm gonna pull myself to the top position. If we were using the collar grip, I'll keep it so I can maybe go straight into a choke or another grip like that. Now, again, those grips that we had initially, collar and sleeve, can be supplanted with just holding the back of the neck and holding the elbow or holding the wrist. Another one though that gets like an honorable mention, I think, and this is a really high percentage sweep, is the pendulum sweep. The pendulum sweep can happen a lot of different ways. One of the most common ways is if I'm trying to go for an attack like an arm lock or a triangle. If from here, I've tried to go in and get this arm lock like this. Whenever this happens, I have to be able to hook his head with my leg. Okay, so I go here, around, and hook his head. So I could be holding elbow or sleeve. When I go to hook his head though, if he ducks his head down like this and I miss it, I can't hook it here this way and I don't get a good enough hook, and then he puts the weight over me to try to stack and smash into me, then I'm gonna balance him on my hamstring. I'm gonna pull him up on top of me and balance on the hamstring like this, and then this leg is gonna cut back. I'm scooping underneath his leg. I'm gonna pull him over and across, making sure he doesn't land on my leg here. My leg clears all the way through. Then I come all the way back to the top position here. Right? So one more time on this one. This may also be something where he's trying to get past my legs, so he's trying to scoop here, like this, in hopes that he's gonna pass my leg over this way, right? If that's the case, here, something good that I can do whenever he goes in, here, like this, is I can cut and change the angle. Right now, my spine is in line with his spine. So instead of that happening, I wanna hop my hips out this direction. Once I do that, now there's a dead pocket of space that I can dump him into. Here, pull him up on top of me, bouncing him on my hamstring, sweep all the way across this direction. If I get his weight up and balanced on me the right way, he should be pretty weightless. It shouldn't matter a whole lot how big the guy is. Of course, everything has a size limitation. There's always kind of a ceiling on it. If this guy's 500 pounds, probably not gonna pull that sweep off exactly like that, but there should be an ability for me to give away a lot of weight if the leverage and the timing and the placement is right there in place. So let's recap these sweeps just real quick. First one, from close, he's coming in, he's smashing me with his shoulder, playing very heavy like this. So I cut the angle, I wrap the arm through like this here, I scoop, hook the leg with my hook, and lastly, I swim. I elevate my right hand and right foot up to the ceiling this way, follow over, hopefully landing mounted position. Second, I have him down like this here. He sits up with us, both. I ride up with him. I open my guard, put the arm behind my back, transfer this to the other side of his head, hold his elbow, push, sweep like that with my hips for the hip bump sweep. All right. If he's playing in the middle of the road, whether I have collar and sleeve or whether I have here, elbow and the back of his neck, I'm gonna hip out to the side here like this. Knee comes into the chest first. I drop down, I pull my shoulder back, separate his base, and then sweep with my legs in a scissoring motion for scissor sweep. Lastly, here, I'm gonna spin. I'm gonna look to go for this arm lock like this right here. He's not gonna let me have it because he's gonna duck his head this time. I missed it, so I hop my butt out to the side here. I pull him up on my hamstring, cut this leg back, almost completely straight, punch up with this hand to take his legs over mine, come to the top position for pendulum sweep or flower sweep. So, anyway, those are some of the most common sweeps that you'll probably hit from closed guard. Whenever you start actually hitting them and landing them, and you just have to pay close attention to his base, his weight, his structure, his posture, and what kind of energy he's giving you. So check him out, guys. See what you think about him. Thanks a lot for watching Night Jiu-Jitsu.